I'm gonna spend 365 days learning how to target one specific deer and doing everything I can to get this buck killed. All I'm gonna do is make calculated efforts, record them, and see if they work. For me, it's just one scenario at a time, and I just love to learn and get better. I don't know what it is, but these deer just consume me, almost to a detriment. I gotta be careful I don't think about it too much.
I've dug 2 graves for us, my dear. Can't pretend that I was perfect, leaving you in fear. Oh man, what a world, the things I hear. If I could act on my revenge, you know what I.
This is not my finest moment.
You thought that I would let it go and let you walk. With broken hearts, break bones, and break
I'm on spot number 4 for the day on operation, surrounding the ground. All right, tomorrow will be my first official sit of the season.
Oh man, what a world, the things I hear. If I could act on my revenge.
Oh, it's a good day.
I don't really know how high this one is, but I do know it's 5 sticks, and you gotta do a little finagling to get up them.
It's everything I think about. Like I said, the reason I'm targeting one animal isn't for like a pride or an ego thing to say I targeted this one animal and I got him. It's truthfully and 100% just to learn. Because for me, the way I learn the best is by setting the greatest challenge for myself. And to me, I learn whether I'm successful or unsuccessful. And so in turn, I'm successful no matter what.
I got 3 Lunchables, 2 Red Bulls, and a water, and a good attitude, so we'll see if we can make it all day. Oh, I'm jacked up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're here and we're in the game. This is sit number 2, 2025 deer season. It's in the books. Doing a little hanging hunt tonight, to be completely honest with you guys. I don't really plan on seeing anything. I'm just gonna rattle if I see something great. If not, this is at least here, it's set, and whether or not it works, or we get this buck on this camera, we're one step closer to killing him one way or another. That's just how you have to look at it, so.
Even if you just look across YouTube right now, like there's a handful of blacktail films, and an even smaller percentage of that, like no shade on anyone, aren't like, there's not a lot of blacktail footage because these things are just, you don't see them. Like you can be in the woods for a month and see a buck or two. I actually reached out to a good friend of mine, Jesse Arthur. He's a wildlife photographer and videographer, and he just does it for fun. He finds these spots, sometimes they're rural, just to be able to like record these deer when they feel relaxed and what they do in their natural kind of habitat when they are relaxed. And you can look at different postures and see what these deer do. And I've actually learned a lot from watching these videos. Not only are they cool to look at, but you can see how these deer are truly behaving in the places where you can't see them. And that's taught me, honestly, tons. And if you guys do like this footage, don't be mistaken. Like I said, this is not my footage. This is my really good friend Jesse's. He's incredibly talented, and he puts a ton of time and effort into capturing videos and images like this. So if you guys could, go follow him. And I'll link his socials right here. And he just does it for just the love of these animals. And that's something that I can really respect, because that's why I'm doing it. I just love it. Truthfully, I'm just obsessed with these deer. What do they do from daylight to dark when it seems like they just vanish off the face of the earth? Where are they? Are they right next to you? Are they 100 yards from you, just listening to you, watching you? How can these deer just disappear, and how can it seem so hard to find them in the daylight?
All right, y'all, I made it up in the tree. And total time from stepping up to the tree, being fully set up with camera gear and everything, it's 32 minutes. So 5 sticks high in a tree I've never been, in a hillside I've never been on. Generally where I've been hunting this buck's been about 600-700 yards uphill and up on the ridge where they're feeding at night. And now I'm down on this steep side hill. I can see for a ways. I can shoot 2 or 3 really good side hill trails here. There's some acorns and some oak leaves where they're kind of hitting the ground, falling down the hill. So, I don't know. I know that I wouldn't expect your first time to be 35 minutes hunting out of a saddle system. It's kind of taken me 2 years to kind of, I wouldn't even say get it down, but get pretty efficient for me. I know there's guys who are probably way, way quicker. Not many shooting lanes over here, quite honestly. Most of my shooting is like this. So, I don't know. I can see a lot. I'll be able to see deer moving if they are. So, about an hour before dark, 4:05. Coming down the ridge. I was like, that's way too loud for deer unless it's a couple of them chasing. I don't know. Every day we don't see him is just one day closer to seeing him is all it is. So, not getting discouraged. Not gonna happen. We will find this thing.
Something I really learned on from Andy and Levi is if you don't feel like you have the correct weather or the correct wind, you don't hunt the kill hole. And the kill hole is the spot where like this buck's living room is once you found it, and like this is where you're probably gonna get him killed. But if you don't have the wind or the conditions, you don't hunt that spot because you don't want to blow that out. So they call it hunting safe or hunting shallow. And so I spent day after day with poor weather, poor wind, driving 2.5 hours each way, 5 hours round trip, coming to and from family functions and work and editing, just hunting shallow. But I had to be in the game. I couldn't just not sit. And so I'd hunt these other stands and set these other stands where they're on the perimeters where I think this buck lives, where I think the wind's good, just in case, and just to truthfully not see a deer for I think the first 11 days of the season.
Something I've really been working on this year with tree stand hunting, that is, it's just taking more time and slowing down in all phases of the game. Setting stands, walking in, everything. Like, once you're, at least how I viewed it before, is like once you're in the tree is when your hunt starts, and then you're just hoping for deer or whatever to come to you. But your hunt's over at that point, really. Your work's over. All of the controllable factors, once you're sitting in that tree, are over. You have no more control. But when setting stands, walking in, deciding how you're gonna walk in, where you park, all that stuff, you can control. And I think we ignore that stuff a lot of time. I just think these deer are coming from some far off place to get to your stand. But a lot of times, what I've learned from great hunters, great tree stand hunters, like Andy Morgan, is that a lot of times those deer are much closer than you think. So the closest spot to this stand is only about a 1/4 mile walk. But I'm walking in probably 3/4 mile, a mile, looping way around. I'm actually by a private fence line here and skirting way around. And I'm in here at noon, even though the soonest this deer showed up is 3 o'clock. I'm just walking at a pace like I'm still hunting, which is how we used to hunt blacktails. Just get up the tree super, super slow and quiet. So, we'll see. I sat for the first 3 hours this morning. This rain and fog and nothing. All my other spots too aren't really. I had one buck on camera this morning, which is not normal. No, pretty dead. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe this rain kind of still has them shut down. Rain when blacktail hunting is generally a good thing, but sometimes when it's the first weather you've received in a while, to hunker down for kind of the first 24 hours of it. So maybe tonight will be good. Well guys, I'm in the tree, but I got kind of bad news. Somewhere along the way between last night and setting up this morning, the base plate that goes on my camera to hook in this tree arm for self-filming is not on my camera. So, I also texted my friend Hunter, who lives nearby. He's one of my close friends. He is actually going to take his evening off from hunting to come help me. So, since I lost that camera plate, Hunter, thank you. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to share a tree with you tonight, buddy. Got a bunch of running around to do midday, a bunch of work. I almost just died. Think you fat or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Teaching Hunter the ropes of saddle hunting.
Buckled.
Dang, I must be skinny.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to get two people in this tree, and I'm like, well, I have a saddle if you have a harness at home. And Hunter brings me this, like, Pheasants Forever upgraded vest with a couple of ropes attached. So I might die. I'm just gonna try not to fall. He's wearing my saddle because he's gonna be on the back of the tree with the platform. Oh, that's what I forgot. I didn't grab that platform.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
Two options. This was the other one. And we sat here for 20 minutes trying to figure out what it's worth. It's in like 3 pieces, and none of them make sense. So we're in here pretty early, so we're gonna sneak in, set up his platform on the back of the tree for filming. I'll be in the lock-on stand, trying not to fall, because I don't. This is how we're giving it the safety test. Set up behind my stand here, so it's actually a pretty good angle. I got the old pheasant vest on, we're hooked in. It seems safe. I gotta admit, I've only saddle hunted for the past 3 years. I haven't ran like a traditional harness or stand, and so it's like this now feels kind of foreign to me, which is weird. But we're set up with. It's 3:18, so. Got a little under 2 hours. Hour and 50 minutes, about perfect. This is when the wind stabilizes in here. So, I don't know. He daylighted in here last night, right before dark. A doe came in to eat, and there were 6 or 7 bucks in here after dark. So, I dropped my grunt call somewhere, and I couldn't find it. So I went to Sportsman's Warehouse and got the Michael Waddell Bone Collector Buck Special, tunable. So, we'll see. If for some reason he passes by and doesn't give us a shot. So, Hunter and I are set up. There's 20
hunt is one where it feels impossible until it happens. It's not like a lot of other hunts we do where it's like you can feel the progression. Okay, you found the elk. Okay, you're getting closer. You're learning about them, and then you ultimately kill them. It's like it can feel like absolutely zero progression until all of a sudden you're just in that moment and you hear that buck's foot in the leaves, and it's happening. Most blacktail interactions start with you just seeing a gray face. You don't hear anything, nothing, and you just look up, and suddenly in a spot that you've looked at 100 different times, there's a face looking at you. Somehow he's already picked you off before you've seen him. If you've walked around the woods looking for blacktail or sat in a tree, I guarantee you've had this experience. And opposite of this time, I could hear this buck before I could see him, minutes before I could see him. I could hear his hooves scraping through the pine needles, through the oak leaves. And I hear this buck at probably 60, 70 yards just out of eyesight. And I check my phone, and shooting light is 6 minutes away. And truthfully, it's already past camera light. Generally, we don't take a shot on an animal for the last 15 minutes of shooting light, legal shooting light, because the footage doesn't turn out good. Something we pride ourselves on is bringing really good footage to you guys. And this being mostly a self-filmed journey, and these deer generally being a one opportunity type of animal, and it's generally in the last 10 minutes of light, we make an exception for bow hunting blacktails. And so I'm checking my phone, just checking my phone as I hear this deer, and then I can finally hear him where I think I should be able to see him. And so I look, 4 minutes left of shooting light. And so I put my phone in my pocket, and I look up, and this buck works in, and I'm counting in my head, because everything being legal is of the utmost importance for us. Not only is it ethical, but it's just the standard we carry ourselves by. We do nothing in the gray, and we take no risks. And so I know I have 4 minutes to shooting light, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, from the time I can see this buck.
I don't know, I guess we could check the time. It's been 30 minutes. We're just gonna go look. It was low light, and I didn't have a luminog on or anything, because I don't like them, but I'm not entirely sure where I hit it, so we know the direction he ran. We could hear him stop, and it sounded like he was wheezing. The shot sounded really good. Between Hunter and I, we've heard enough of them that you can generally tell enough, but also you never know. So we're gonna go 100 yards. We should know everything we need to know in that first 100 yards if we have really good blood or anything else, and if not, we'll back out and give it some time. So we're gonna start looking.
I think he was to the right of that tree right there.
Start by
Tracker. To your right, right in front of your right foot.
straight.
Told you I could smell him. Good job, buddy.
Dude, look at that. Thanks for being here, dude. That's a perfect shot. I mean, quartered away.
Yeah, so that's why he wasn't bleeding very much.
Dude, look at that deer. Look how big the frame is.
He didn't even go 50 yards.
Well, with how big his body is, I think he's a little bigger than I thought he was.
You think?
Dude, that's a big 3-point, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I told you, like, when you sent me the picture of him, I was like, I'd shoot that damn thing if he came in.
Oh my. He's bigger than I thought.
Look at that blade with a little,
Well, he's 19 inches wide.
yeah, 19 inches wide.
Oh my. He just wasn't bleeding. But I mean, that steep downhill quartered away, that's right through his lungs and his heart.
Yep.
Dude, look at that thing. I walked around the corner up here and it scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, that's a giant blacktail.
He just bled over there, turned, and died right here.
Yeah. We set out a goal this year of finding what I classify as like a giant blacktail. And we found 2 of them that were huntable. And this is one of them. And he finally just barely made a mistake 2 minutes before the end of shooting light. I've never shot a blacktail with a bigger body. I know that. Double throat patch. I mean, he's a 3-point. And honestly, probably he has a bigger frame than almost any deer I have on any deer I have on camera. But he's just a 3-point. But he's old. He's 7, 8 years old. I mean, last year he was just a little bit smaller, same size body, just huge, white face all the way up. But he's just a 3-point. But he's just giant. Dude, that's insane. You guys, thank you for watching and just paying attention as I set out these goals and try to figure them out and learn how to hunt our deer out of a tree, which I've talked about a million times, but culturally isn't even a thing for us. Like, nobody really does it. It's not like out east. And I just learning whitetail stuff and seeing if I can try to figure out how to do it for blacktails and if it even translates, and it does. We set out a goal of shooting something next level, and while this buck, obviously because he's a 3-point, he won't score the same, he's next level. I mean, that just, if any of you have been around blacktails, you know this is just not what you see. It's just insane. Oh my gosh.
And to top it off, he's a timber buck, so that makes it even better.
Oh yeah. Look at that thing. It's a shoulder mounter. What is that?
A deer.
Yeah, hold it. Show me. What is that? How many points?